Hey everybody, my name's Darian, and today is a special occasion for everyone. It's Mother's Day. I want to wish all of you a happy Mother's Day. Families are the building blocks of life. And with all this going on in today's society, not too many people share enough common time with their families. And mothers share a special bond unlike any other. They're usually the ones holding everyone together. And it is very loving and caring for everyone to spend as much time as they can with their family members, because whoever's here today might not be here tomorrow. And the family is the first love of the family. The family is the first love of the family and the first love of you. With that being said, now I think you have a hint on my topic. Families must spend more time together. Families are the building blocks of life, as I've said. Certain actions can hinder relationships, but they can be healed. All it takes is passion, commitment, and love. Family connections are very different from friend connections. Now, many people disagree, but I can promise you, they're different in many aspects, and there are some reasons why. I'll get to that here shortly. But, everyone must take family relationships into consideration and value the bonds as much as they can. Because family is a different connection than friends. Families have bonds and relationships that they've stuck with you since day one, all the way to your present time. That's family for you. Now, since I've gotten into my intro, I absolutely love this, I'm sorry. I'm going to explain to you why family connections matter. Strengthening family bonds is a very, very important thing. It builds physical connection, mental connection, as well as emotional connection. All of these three things are very important and pervasive in helping families unite. Children build positive vibes and are raised in articulate manners when their parents raise them right. They have to raise them right in order for the children to succeed. If the parents have no respect for themselves or the children will lead and not want to have a close bonded relationship. This is what you call split parenting. Because some parents, I'm not saying all cases are like this, but some parents have more respect or more expectations for the children than the other. And so they would like to get custody or, get everything in their name. Things like that happen. And all of this is just a big old mess of hogwash, really, I believe, because split parenting leads to failed relationships all across the board. If the spouses can't get it together, the kids will break down too. Get the acts together so that everyone can unite as one. And I think many ways you can do this are simple. Just talk things out. Families can talk things out. If you got a problem, talk it out. Try to get an answer. Or, seek a counselor. Counselors are very easy accesses to a second person's perspective. They give you very good advice. And, another way is actually just going out and having a good time. And this goes exactly to my point. Just spend more time together, because a lot of people just don't spend as much time together as a family. And this is because of many different attributes, as I've said, but at the same time, if people just sit on their tails and not do anything, it will lead to a failed relationship. It's a big circle. But, excuse me. Now that we know a sense of why family connections matter, let's try to ease on into how we think they can be, how families can spend more time together. As I've stated before, there are three types of bonds: physical, mental, and emotional. I personally believe that the most beneficial is physical connection. Many families are like this because of their physical attributes. Like being late to get home because of their job, staying overtime, the kids being late from home because of a certain event. All the kids can enjoy a movie together because one of the parents still out trying to get all the dogs, in from using the restroom. All these different things are things that really lead to physical attributes. Those are lacks of physical attributes. Don't get me wrong, they're not actual physical attributes that people should be doing. Those are lacks. Note that. Now, all these can be healed, and that's a fact. But, not all families are exceptional because all of this is not pervasive. Now, examples of physical connections include, swimming in swimming pools, fishing at lakes, going to the bowling arenas, just to name a few. According to the New York Post, circa 2018, quote, families spend just 37 minutes of quality time together per day, end quote. Noted within the article includes many different reasons why. Quote, the top things to blame are inevitably long hours at work, 67%. That's a fact. Weekends spent doing chores and the kids' school schedule, end quote. Another factor includes, quote, more than half of parents, 54%, believe that they don't get enough alone time with their partner, end quote. This is something that is very indoctrinated, and it's beyond me that 37 minutes of your day as a family, as of 2018, something but 2018, 37 minutes? Like that's crazy. Like, just compare that time frame to probably 20 years ago. In 1998, I'd say that number was a good bit higher. But technology is a big factor that pulls people down, and it's something that's not. It's just not. It's not right. These things should be looked at very carefully and examined based on how everyone feels and on what they want to do in life, how they want their family to connect, why they want their family to connect. Physical bonds really can do that. Believe me. Mental connections are the most common. Mental connections are really healthy to the core principles that make families laugh, cry, or jump in excitement. These mental connections have a tendency to lack based on how someone in the family feels about another relative. Or even the concept of spending time in general. Some kids nowadays don't care. They just don't want to. They want to sit down and not do anything because they're on their phones, or they're talking with their friends, or getting food, or they're napping. They're sleeping their life away. They don't want to do homework. That's just facts. This is 2020. I'm a recent graduate of high school. I can tell you many different attributes, but that, examples of mental connections include playing games, watching movies, and listening to music. Quote, according to the Board Game Family, and quote, 76% of Americans aren't satisfied with the amount of quality time their family spends together, end quote. And I wonder why. If they want to spend more time together, they should get off their tails and spend more time together. Mental connections will help this. But they can't overuse mental connections because that's the problem. Overusing mental connections will lead to a failed relationship system. Mental connections are in the mind. Teenagers use their mind with technology. And if they play games with their families, they're going to want to sneak out, go to the back, play it themselves. That's not how it works. This shows you the room for improvement and why it is very important for families to have an interconnecting bond together when sitting and enjoying time together. Now, the last connection I shall give you all is emotional connection. This has strong value and prestige. These are irreplaceable connections. I'm just going to tell you that up front. This is very broad. Examples of this include celebrating special occasions, participating in religious beliefs together, and spending time with ancestral family together. Quote, according to Geniana Wakanso with Odyssey Online, quote, most people my age have probably grown up celebrating their birthdays with family, celebrating their birthdays with birthday parties and with the people they love and value most, friends and especially parents. As we get a little bit older and enter our teenage years, birthday parties may cease to exist, but birthday celebrations with our family and closest friends will usually continue. During the college-bound ages, it finally hits. We have our birthdays without our families. End quote. She goes on to say, quote, I've already missed them ever since the time I parted ways, but on this particular day I can't help but imagine the exciting things my family and I will be doing if I had been home. End quote. This shows you the gratitude and love that one has for their family over their friends. Families share a tight connection that is unconditional. Love and affection was a permanent stance, as held by family alone. Having an egotistical family will not give you the accurate support you need. Conversations share a different tone of effect when given into personal conversations. Share your love with your family and never give up. I love you all. I enjoyed this course. You all have a great Mother's Day.